Y'all getting on my nerve now. Quit calling me. I'm busy. Somebody, did you read that comment that says you look so tiny?
I did.
against him?
I seen that. Yeah, somebody said you look
I'm gonna have to
small.
get my chair a little taller, I guess.
We're gonna have to put.
Get you a
We're gonna
short
put you a
chair.
booster chair in here.
Yeah. You need to fix this wobbly table.
Yeah.
Can't get him to do nothing. Before we get started, Terry, I got a question.
Oh my goodness, what it is?
This is gonna prove how hillbilly we are. When you and Kathy are talking and you're saying like goodbye, like hanging up the phone, whatever, and you say, love you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say it? Do you say love you or love you?
I love you.
We are hillbilly.
I'm not a hillbilly. I
We
might be a little redneckish,
We
but
are
I'm not
hillbilly.
a hillbilly.
Cause
Hillbillies live north of the Mississippi state line. Anything south of the Mississippi state line is redneck.
redneck. We still hillbilly.
I'm redneck.
Well, I said bye to David the other day, and I said love you. He said love you. I got thinking, we don't even say it right. We say love you.
Well, we have our own language here in the South.
We sure do.
A lot of people don't understand, and but you know, that's one thing we haven't got a lot of comments back on us mispronouncing things. So
I think they're kind of used to me mispronouncing.
Well, me too. Me too. Me too.
Y'all, I had to get glasses, and I had to get bifocals.
You getting old?
No line.
You getting old? Let me see.
I'm getting old. I got the no line.
Okay, so have you got used to trying to focus with them things yet?
Kinda.
I can't.
I've been going.
Yeah, I can't do it. Anyway.
Okay. So today we are going to talk about parents and children and obeying and how parents are not being great toward their kids.
Oh my goodness, I can see the emails now.
Uh-huh. But it is what it is, ain't it?
It is.
It is the truth. Of course, y'all know that I mainly get all my topics from watching videos. And I'm sure some of y'all have probably seen what I'm fixing to mention because it's gone viral. All of these have went viral. The 3 little boys that robbed a Walgreens. Now, these little boys are like 8, 9 years old. They went in and they took what they wanted. And the store owners, managers, whatever, locked the doors where they couldn't get out and waiting on the cops to come. And these little boys got so mad, and their language was horrible. Wanting to fight the adults and
when did all this? I mean, I haven't heard that.
Well, you ain't on TikTok.
I'm TikTok.
Yeah. And so after it was over with, one of the little boys, I think it was his sister, maybe his aunt, but it was somebody older than him, posted a video congratulating him, saying how famous he is now, and basically making him think what he did was okay. Okay, and this other one was an 8-year-old little girl. She was stealing from Claire's. Some adults seen her stealing, went and told on her. The little girl is on the what is that, escalator. She was going down the escalator. She turns around, goes back up the escalator, to the adults that had told on her and started hitting on them and stuff. Walked away like she was a boss and went back down the escalator. And I'm sure most of y'all know Miss Shirley. I think she's 3 or 4 years old. And she adult dances for a lot of adult only parties. She is doing, I think she's doing the song Boots on the Ground and dancing to that. And her mother is encouraging it. Her mother's making money off of her. Her mother is booking her for adult parties. You got all kind of strange men picking this little girl up when they don't need to be doing that. So the point of this is, what is the point of this, Terry?
I don't know.
So we'll just put it out there like this. You're encouraging your children to do bad things. You're okay with them doing bad things. You're not disciplining them. And the road that you're leading these children on, it's not a good road. For one, if you yourself end up in hell, that child that you did not teach to do well is going to be right there with you. And do you really want to see your child next to you in hell? Because you could have done something and taught them the right way instead of teaching them to be little heathens.
You just throwing it out there, aren't you?
Just teaching these kids to be little heathens.
Oh.
Like parents don't parent no more.
Well, they
want to be their friend or stick a phone in their face.
There's two things. You just said it. Nowadays, it seems like parents want to be their best friend instead of being a parent. That's number one. And number two, we have found that the best babysitter is a cell phone, a tablet, whatever. It occupies them and it keeps them still, busy, out of the way, and the parents know where they are. So, that's the two things that I see.
And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm guilty of that with my own grandkids. Like, here, watch this while I go and do what I got to do for a minute, And I do it, but I also make sure what they're watching.
Yeah.
I make sure that what they're watching is not bad, that it's educational and it's actually might teach them something. Like the boys have got on this thing with the Nerf gun wars, and they love to watch that. But the ones that they're watching is not good. Like we came in the other day and they had it on Squid Games as the Nerf gun war, which is promoting violence. It's promoting, and I'm like, oh no, we ain't watching this. We are not watching this. And I turned it and they got mad and I let them get mad. Because when you're at my house, you're going to do what I tell you to do. You're going to watch what I tell you to watch. So you really have to be careful what they're watching on TV.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's things on just regular TV now that, it's out there. But, that is a big thing. I don't really think that parents really understand the danger. we've got great grandkids. They come over and they can do more on my phone than I can do. They 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 have a grasp of this at a very early age, and the older they get, uh, the more adult the games become. And by the time they're early teenagers, what are they going to be watching? What is it going to take to satisfy and occupy their mind and their time?
Well, this year I've seen where a lot of schools have done away with phones. Like kids cannot take their phones.
I think it's a good thing.
And teachers are coming out saying that these kids are literally talking to each other. They're writing notes to each other instead of texting. They're listening. They're raising their hands.
Well, you stop and think about it. We're talking about children today. Who are they really, if we boil it all down, who are they getting this from?
The parent.
Their parents. I mean, now when family comes over to visit, usually everybody's got their phone in their hand. There's very little contact as far as conversation going back and forth with the grown-ups. Everybody is either on Facebook, Marketplace. They're doing something, and they're really learning it from us. So, we've got to be the ones to set the example. And I'm saying this, and I'm just as guilty of it as anybody else. It's just, it's the times that we live in. You think about this. We all don't realize it, but we're being entertained. It's entertainment.
We have made it.
Yeah.
We've made it an idol.
Yeah. And one of the things that irritates me to no end is it's so simple and it's so easy to do, to pick up this phone and shoot a quick text to somebody instead of actually dialing the number and having a conversation, simply because nobody wants to admit it. But if you boil it all down, the bottom line when we do that is, I don't want to have to talk to you, because it's going to be a lot longer conversation. And when I could just shoot you a couple of line texts and tell you what I want,
look,
my time is more valuable than talking to you, Christy. So I'm just going to shoot you a text.
I don't want to talk to you either, Terry.
I'm going to shoot you a quick text and be done with it. That gets my information out there, and I don't have to deal with you. Look, nobody wants to say that, but that's the truth.
My poor mama, you would get on the phone with her, and you're going to be there an hour. She's going to tell me about somebody that I don't even know who she's talking about, but she done gave me their whole life story. My mama was that person that you could not get off the phone with. Like, she would say bye 10 times and you're still talking.
Yep. Everybody knows somebody like that.
Kathy Fennell.
Oh, really?
But that is my mama's sister.
I was fixing to say, you'll hear from her.
You're going to hear from Kathy.
Yep, you'll hear from her.
But you got people that just talk a lot. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go.
So our children are really picking up a lot of it from us, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, how else are they gonna know how to do anything unless they watch you do it? I mean, that's just like my dogs, when I taught Hazel how to ring a bell to go potty. Well, then when Samson came along, he watched Hazel ring that bell. So he rang the bell and potty trained very quickly. Now, Honey will not ring the bell because Hazel has quit ringing the bell. Hazel just stands by the door, and that's how I know she's got to go. So Honey just stands at the door like Hazel does.
Well.
So they're learning from their elders. Hazel is an elder.
So we see what we do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me do this little. Let's just do this little experiment right
Don't you
now.
be putting me on the spot, Terry.
No, I'm not gonna put you on the spot. I want you to make a circle with your finger.
Okay. Do
Put
you
it.
want my 3 fingers up?
No,
Or
that's
okay.
fine. Just circle with your finger. Now put it on your chin. Now is that your chin?
Kinda.
No, it's not. Your chin is down here. You
Ah!
just did what you saw me do, and that's what our children do. They do what
You
they
just
see
made
us
me look
do.
dumb in front of a lot of people.
No. We all tend to
Because I
fall for.
watched you do it.
Yeah, you're gonna watch what somebody else does, and it's true. It's true.
I think people, even people that believes in God, they're believers of God,
Mhm.
and they serve God. I don't think even these people understand the wrath of God and what is to come. They don't understand that this 9-year-old knows exactly what he's doing. And God could judge him for age of accountability and what he's done. If let's say this 9-year-old just passes away and like he was a very bad seed.
Well, we all a lot of people want to know what is the age of accountability. Now you put a number on that.
Mm-hmm.
The age of accountability is really when you know to do better and you don't do it. Brother Robbins, he made a statement years ago, and I've never forgot it, and it's a good thing to think on. And he said this: sometimes our children will make our lowest standard their highest standard, and if our children sometimes will make our lowest standard as parents their highest standard, shouldn't we be making our lowest standard high enough that it's going to protect them when they get to the age of accountability, when they become teenagers, when they become parents of themselves? You know, what are they going to be teaching our grandchildren and great grandchildren?
Well, you can ask people what is age of accountability, and they give you a number. Some people say 21, some people says 18, some people say 12. And I firmly believe that it's when they, without a shadow of a doubt, know that they're doing wrong, that they know better. Like there's even been 8, 9, 10-year-olds go out and unalive people or somebody on purpose.
See, that's a new term, unalive. I've been seeing that on
you got to be careful
things.
what you say because it'll flag it.
It's murder. It's killing.
What I just say? You got to be careful what you say because they might flag it.
It's murder. It's murder. I'm being careful. I'm being careful. It's murder.
The platform, Terry.
Murder.
Some things you can't say, Terry.
Murder.
But yeah, you go look it up, and there's been. Now I know accidents happen, like something would happen, and they accidentally killed this person. But then you also got the ones that just have went out at 8, 9 years old and killed somebody. Knew exactly what they was doing.
Well, I never looked it up till when you were talking this morning about you were going to be talking about parenting and about disciplining their children. I just Googled different how many places in the Bible talks about parents raising children. I never thought about it. I know a couple of scriptures that come to my mind, but I've often heard if you find something, a subject or whatever in the Bible one time, it's important, right? Or it wouldn't have found its way in the Bible. it blew my mind. There's 53 different scriptures in the Bible on raising a child. 53. If something is important enough to find its in the way in the Bible one time, great. But 53 times, maybe God's trying to tell us something. This is important because maybe your lowest standard is going to be their highest, like Brother Robin said. You need to pay attention to how you're raising your child. And I know I will be getting, we're probably going to get some very negative feedback on this, but
that's okay. Bring it on.
I have sat in my living room and our great grandchildren be over here, and their parents are teaching them, they're raising them the way they want to, and that's their business.
General parenting.
But I've heard, they start doing something wrong, and the parents say, okay, I'm not telling you anymore. And they'll do it again, and they'll sit there and they'll say 1, 2, and the child's just sitting there, and I'm sitting over there thinking, Daddy, they already know you're going to count to 1, 2, 3, and it's been probably 3. A year ago, but one of my great grandchild, they were there, and the mother, or I can't remember which one it was, but the mother was going 1, 2, and then she said 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I thought, you know what? She's already caught on, and they already know the business. I don't know if it's that they love them so much that they don't want to deal with a heavy hand, or if it's we have just gotten to the point that we don't really want to deal with it. And if we can get them to do this without having to do what we need to do, I don't know which one it is. Maybe it's a little bit of both.
But I think a lot of it also is the way that those people were raised, and they was probably hit not in good ways because the parents was not a good parent, like they might have got beaten instead of just whippings. But there is a difference.
Yeah,
you can discipline and spank a child and not have to beat them.
Well, I would never, I would not whoop one of my children or grandchildren the way I was whooped being brought up. I just wouldn't do that. Was my parents abusive in those days? In my early childhood, no. In my childhood, if parents in those days considered, if I take you to Walmart, if I take you to one of our relatives' house, it don't matter where we're at. When you start acting up and you see me look at you, that look tells you all you need to know. You better cut it off right now. And if you went any further than that, my parents and most of my friends' parents at that time, they took it as you just disrespected me, and you don't disrespect me in front of anybody.
Right.
And when they got you home, they dealt with it. You already knew. But parents in those days took it as a sign of disrespect. That was one thing that they took it as. And, back then, you're not going to, you bring shame on them.
Because you're not dealing with your child.
Right. The thing of it was back in those days was when you do that, you're telling whoever you're doing this in front of that you're not being raised any better than that you don't know any better than that. And my parents and all my friends' parents, they all dealt with it quick and severely, but they were fair. You knew where the line was, and you knew if you chose to challenge that line, there was going to be consequences for it. And I would never discipline my child now or grandchild the way I got a whipping, but there still needs to be discipline, and I will still do that. I just won't go outside and cut a switch. I won't do that. But I will use my hand, or if it calls for something greater than that, I'll use a belt. But I'm not going to beat. There's a difference in correcting and abuse. There is a great difference between it.
My thing, now my daddy, all he had to do was look at you. If my daddy ever looked at you, you better stop what you doing, because you can get a beat down.
You know why that was? Because at one point you made him give you a whooping, and you never forgot that, and you didn't want that no more.
Well, he beat me with a belt one day.
Well, but see, he didn't have to after that, because you knew.
Well, yeah, he did, because I came home drunk.
Oh,
then I got beat again.
Oh, but you knew what could happen.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
You knew what was coming.
But my mama, she was that switch woman.
Yeah.
She made you go get your own switch, and then she'd beat you with that switch.
Yeah. The greatest day in our lives, I had 2 brothers. I'm the oldest. My middle brother is about 4 years younger than me, and then my baby brother, which is dead now, he was 8 years younger than me. But my middle brother was the meanest out of all of us. And there was a tree out.
Your middle brother?
Mm-hmm.
It's always that middle kid.
Yeah, they're trouble.
Always that middle kid.
Now, but we had a tree out in our backyard where Mom and Daddy would always either get their switches, or they would make us go get them. And I don't see a lot of those trees around anymore, but I've always heard them called silver maples. One side of the leaf was green and the other side was white. And when you break a limb off of that tree, man, it was just like a whip. It wouldn't break, but it would wrap around.
Break, would it?
No, but the greatest day came when my middle brother took a hatchet and cut that little old tree down. And I think he got a pretty good whooping for that. But we never got a whooping from a switch off that tree ever again.
And now even in schools, parents don't want the child to get a paddle.
I know it. And the thing of it with me is I hadn't heard about it lately. But can you believe there's actually colleges that kids now go to? I'm talking about late teenagers fixing to be in their 20s go to, and they have safe rooms for when you will feel like you're out of control, or your nerves or whatever is shot. You can go to this safe room, and it's like, my Lord, I wish I just I need to stop.
You can tell who
go to your safe room.
You can tell who was raised in the South and who wasn't raised in the South.
Go to your safe room.
Look, you just pick yourself back up and you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Quit doing something bad to get a whipping.
Well,
But
I don't know.
Now, for me, as a grandparent, well, let me go back. When Cody and Harley was little, I didn't want to whoop them, I didn't want to whoop them. Now, Harley, I would tear her up because she's mean.
See, that's favoritism.
I would tear that kid up because she wasn't afraid of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Cody, I would protect Cody. But David would beat Cody. He'd tear Cody up. But he wouldn't whoop Harley.
See, Cody, you need to bring this up to her when you see this video today. Remind her.
I protected him, because him being a boy, David's going to whoop him harder than he will Harley. But he wouldn't whoop Harley because she'd cry, "Oh, my Daddy, I didn't mean to." I'm like, you better whip her, It's like, ain't that crazy? Like, Daddy's girl, Mama's boy.
Mm-hmm.
They was acting up one day, and I was at my mama's. And they was acting up. I'm over here telling them to quit 100 times. And my daddy turned around, he looked at me, he said, if you don't get your butt off that couch and deal with them kids, I'm fixing to beat you.
Come on now.
Well, I got up and I dealt with my kids.
Come on now.
But I can't stand to repeat myself more than 2 times. If I had to tell you that 3rd time, then we fixing to get a beat down or
So
something.
that's where the line is with you the 3rd time.
Yes, if I have to tell you 3 times to stop, then you finna get a whipping.
Okay.
And you gonna cry.
You a mean thing.
You gonna cry. I ain't gonna keep telling you.
Oh.
Well. Like Jasmine, she's one of those tries to gentle parent. Now I have seen her whip the boys, but that's when she's just lost her mind. She done had enough.
Yeah.
But for me, if they're in my house, you're gonna do what you're told, or we're gonna have consequences.
Well, we Rebecca, our granddaughter, she lives with us. She's about to turn, she'll be 25, but we've had her ever since she was a year old. And when we just had got into church when she came to live with us. And she was like, any other baby, any other child, there was things that kids are going to be kids. But I had to discipline her, not when she was a year old, but I mean, as she started growing in church. And I only had to do it a couple of times because she learned whenever this happened. And she's been
a great girl.
Thank you, Jesus. She's always been a great girl. Does that mean that she didn't deserve whoopings when I didn't give them to her? No. I'm just like any other parent. I let her go sometimes, but I didn't have to. I could look at her. I could tell her. Right now, she's 25 years old, but if I have to raise my voice to her, she'll go to her room and cry about it. So I have to be very careful.
Sensitive.
I have to be very careful when I talk to her. But that's the way.
But she still respects you.
Yes.
She still respects both of you at 25.
Oh yeah.
Now Cody's 27. And me and Cody, we got that relationship. Well, we just go back and forth. We're gonna argue most of the time. It's just play. And it's just like when we went to Florida a couple weeks ago, and I told you about that. And me and him got into it. Like we got into it, know. And he stood up to me, and I stood up to him. And then David had to get between us. Now, would Cody ever push me or hit me? No, he wouldn't, because David beat him. But it's just the fact that, he's 27, and, we did have major words that day. But I told him the other day, he smarted off to me the other day. And I told him, I said, I'm telling you right now, I will take you and bend you over my knee, and I will beat you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, the thing of it is, you just mentioned it earlier. The teachers now in schools are not allowed to discipline the children. They're not allowed to do whatever. So I want you to stop and think about this. If we don't trust the teacher to have enough sense and enough knowledge when and when not to discipline a child when they're out of control or they're doing something they're not supposed to, why are we even sending our children to school to begin with?
I don't know, because half the time they don't get taught nothing anyway.
Well, and the other thing is this. I know times have changed and all that, but it goes back to respecting the parent. When we were children and being brought up, if we went to grandma's house or aunt or uncle, or if we went to a friend's house, wherever we went, if my parents didn't think that whoever they were leaving us with was going to make me mad, they would not allow me to stay. And if they came to pick me up and they found out that grandma or grandpa had to whip me, or somebody even told on me, the real whooping hadn't happened till I got home. Because back then, Mama and Daddy both, they're like, you knew that was disrespectful. You've been raised better than that, and you chose to do it, and you knew what was going to happen, and you went ahead and done it anyway. So now you leave me no alternative, but I'm going to discipline you. I'm not going to let it go because you just disrespected me.
When my kids was in school, I did allow them to get a paddling, but I had to be there to witness. They was not allowed to touch my child unless I'm watching. Because yes, there has been schools that get out of control on these bruises. But yes, I would let them whip them, but I had to be there. So, I mean, that's kind of like my grandma. I skipped school one day. Have I told you this story? I don't know. I just got my driver's license, and back then you got your driver's license at what, 14? I think I was 14.
14, 15. Yeah, it was early.
So around 15, maybe 16, I decided I'm going to skip school. And so that morning I left like I normally would leave. Well, later on in the day, I had went to get gas, and me being a dummy, I went to Shirley Hadaway's old store.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't but 2 miles from my house. Like a dummy. And my grandma drives by, and she's like, oh no.
Messed up big time.
Well, I go home, and she done told on me. My parents done beat me to death.
Oh, yeah.
Look, the next day I got balloons because she felt bad for turning me. She sent me balloons because she felt bad for turning me.
So now you live, what, 2 miles from Shirley Hadaway's store? I only lived a mile up Middleton Richmond Road.
You know where Larry already lived?
Did he
that
have a
barn and stuff right down the road?
Yeah.
You know where the cars lived?
No, I don't guess I know them.
I lived
the
McKinney's.
I've been away from there too long. I just know Shirley Hadaway store was the point. Where everybody lived. I lived this far from Hadaway's, you know.
I lived about 2 miles from it.
Well, back then, you know, parents were totally different. It was all about respect, and if you stepped out of line, you knew the consequences. And all of us pushed the line. None of us got all the whoopings we deserved.
No. I'm 45 years old and probably still need a whipping sometimes.
David gonna have to tune you up.
No, David ain't gonna do nothing. I'm old enough I can fight back now.
Well.
But I mean, you even see kids at 3 and 4 years old cussing up a storm, and the parents are laughing about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I should bring this up or not, but I'm going to. So the other day, Reed had got a red face.
A red face. Now, what is this?
That means he was bad at school.
Oh,
he got a red face. Well, we looking in his backpack because they get off at my house every evening, and I keep them till Jasmine gets off. And so she came in, and we're all just talking, and we asked Reed what did he get, because he's very bad about getting a red face almost every day. Well, when she looked in his folder, he runs to the bathroom and he locks the door. And me and her's trying to get him to come out. He won't come out, won't unlock the door. And at this time I'm getting mad. It's kind of like once I get my hands on this kid, it ain't gonna be good. So we're just sitting there waiting on this kid to come out. And she starts laughing. She says, he's just like me. And I said, the sad thing about this is you're laughing about it and praising him for being like you instead of teaching him, don't be like that. You're over here thinking it's funny and cute, and when you need to be over here getting him out of the bathroom wearing his butt out. Ain't my kid.
Well, when I feel like that, I feel the role of a grandpa and a great grandpa great, because our role is when the grandkids come over, it's to aggravate them, to fight with them, to play with them, to do, and that's who I am. That's me. It's not the discipline part should fall to the parents, not grandpa or great grandpa or grandma, and that's I don't want to have to get into that role again. I will if I'm pushed to it, I will, but that's not my role. My role is spoiling, fighting with them, aggravating them, playing with them, riding them on four-wheelers or side by side. That I love that role, but don't put me in the role of having to discipline.
We done raised our kids. We done disciplined our kids. We shouldn't have to our grandkids.
Well, it's something that's ongoing, and everybody has to have boundaries. You gotta have boundaries.
Like, stop being your kid's friend. You are supposed to be their parent. You are supposed to lead them and teach them and get them to heaven. Like, stop being their friend. They got friends. They gonna have good friends. They gonna have bad friends, and you need to point them to the good friends.
We haven't really hadn't taught anything about biblical stuff today, but
go through, go
because you won't stop. You keep wanting to beat these children, but but just Google 53 different texts in the Bible about raising children. When this is over with, I'm gonna go look some of them myself because I can only remember one or two. And but it's true. We are raising today those that are going to rule the world tomorrow. And what kind of values are they going to have? What will they teach your grandchildren and your great grandchildren? What are they teaching them? What are they passing down to? I hate to know
what this world's going to be like in 20 years. I mean, it's bad now.
Well,
it's bad now.
I agree.
I can just imagine 20 years from now. But I just wanted to make it clear. Like, God can judge these children at any age when he feels like they know better. Like, when he feels like, that they're at that age that they knew better. And if something happens to that child, where are they going to go?
What are they going to do?
Well, I mean, because they don't have a clue what hell is or the extent of it. Or
Chrissy, you've been talking for 45 minutes. Can you believe the time passed that quick?
Look, I like watching these hell testimonies.
Watching what?
Hell testimony.
Oh.
And I don't even know.
Where do you get all this stuff from?
I watch them on YouTube. And I don't know if they're even real. You don't know if people's just making this up or if they. But I do feel like maybe sometimes God will show certain people hey, this is what it's going to be like if you don't straighten up or something. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like God would show people that?
I can't say that he would. I can't say that he wouldn't. I haven't really haven't really thought about it. I'm sure everybody has dreams. We have dreams. Some people have visions. Uh, I'm certainly not going to say that it can't happen. I don't know.
Well, anyway, this guy, and he seems like it would be legit.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he was shot several times, and he died before he got to the hospital, and they revived him. Well, while he was out, he went to hell, and he seen everything. He said, "I seen Christians, believing Christians in hell, and the reason they was there was unforgiveness and gossip and judgment." He said that he seen children in hell, and all he seen was every one of them holding a device. But now these were children that they were under. He said they was under 12, but not like 4 or 5,
Mm-hmm.
and that I'm assuming maybe 8, 9, 10.
Well, see now
I don't know.
that part I would have a problem believing because what the Bible teaches about hell, it's a place of torment. I don't think anybody's going to be on an iPhone or an iPad scrolling through whatever. I believe what the Bible says. It's a place
Maybe
of
that's
torment.
what his
Yeah.
what the way he was seeing it. That's why they went there, because of disobedience.
Yeah.
Staying on their contraptions. I don't know, but
I'm trying to break myself from this chain around my neck. And the only way I know to do it is in the morning when I get up to leave it by my chair and go and do whatever I'm going to do. But when I do that, Kathy can't get in touch with me. I have 100 different phone calls, and a lot of them are important that I have to go back.
Or just pick it up, put it in your pocket instead of holding it.
Yeah, but the next thing that I want to do is start scrolling. See, I'm bad about my vice is Marketplace. I love to go on Marketplace and just see what people selling.
You don't need
stuff. What we talked about the other day, stuff we don't need or want.
You don't need, Terry.
But
you worse than a woman.
No, I just look. I'm a window shopper. I'm not a buyer.
And then Kathy in a few days, look what we bought. Send me a picture. So.
No. She gets on me too bad now, so I can't be doing that. But anyway.
I don't know. It's one of those things like, can you imagine an 8-year-old going to hell? Like, do they even know? I mean, only God knows their age.
Knows. Only God knows.
Like, I'm like, no. An 8-year-old can't. He can't. But can he? It's like scary because they're 8 years old. They have their whole life.
Well, that's why we need to be stepping up.
Oh, and like some of those Left Behind movies would show kids being left behind. Like,
I never thought about that.
I've seen a few of those, and it would show like a 9, 10-year-old being left.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen one where it was an 11-year-old left. Like, I guess so. But I mean, we can't answer for that. Only God knows their heart and everything and their age.
Oh, while I'm thinking about it, there was a comment. There was a comment that somebody had commented on the last podcast that we did, and I did answer it back, but I never got a reply.
Are you talking about the Pentecostal?
Yes, I never read back whether if my explanation helped or did not help. If you do see it and you have any question, I'd really love to talk with you. if nothing else, just let me know. Did it explain it any better, or whatever? But anyway,
Look, sometimes I post our sermons on my Facebook. Well, I posted the one Pastor done Sunday,
mm-hmm.
and I shared it. And people's asked me, well, what is apostolic, or what is the difference in apostolic and this? I'm thinking, why are y'all so focused on the name of the church instead
Mm-hmm.
of the message?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it goes back to we've all been indoctrinated, whether we believe it or not, in what kind of church is it,
Mm-hmm.
And by that, the question is it Baptist, Methodist, Church of God, Catholic, Pentecost? Because once that's addressed, then the only thing that remains is the division, and that's why I don't like a label. I don't like a label.
I have high hopes that one of these days, all of these religions are going to come to one.
Well, then, if that happens, what's the message going to be?
Well, the correct one. that they will get on board with the correct message.
Well, that's where the end of time is coming in at, is because the devil wants it to be one world government and one world religion. He's pushing for it.
Well, that's your one religion.
It's going to be a lie, and people are going to believe the lie and be damned. And how did we get on this subject from children?
Because you keep talking about stuff.
Well,
you brought it up, Terry. You talking about church.
That's right. My tape for my mouth came in, and I used it last night. And about 3 or 3:30 this morning, I woke up and my tape was hanging, so I ended up taking it off.
Look, I didn't go to church last night, but I watched it online. He done a good sermon last night, Brother Dylan.
You see,
I learned something.
I love to hear Brother Dylan preach.
I learned something. Okay, goodbye.
All right.
Say bye, Terry.
We'll see y'all next time.